the last couple of videos that I've made have been very negative, and quite rightly so. I've had my heart broken, but over this past few days, as much as I'm still in more agony than I care to explain, I've also got to think about my future. So I've decided to try and just be positive on this one. The first thing I've got to say is I'm going back to the campsite this weekend. The owner has opened up this weekend, which is good, so that gives me a couple of days of peace and quiet down there, which is awesome. The next thing that I've done, I've managed to book myself my first ever solo holiday. As much as it's a bit daunting, I've had nights away on my own, obviously, but never a fully fledged holiday. So yeah, that's going to be next year. Looking forward to it, but it's going to be an experience, you know. Obviously, doing that sort of thing on your own, it's yeah, it's a bit daunting for me, but it's going to be an experience, and it's somewhere where I wanted to go for a while, so I'm going to make that happen. So anyway, yeah, back to the on the way to the campsite now. I'm a little bit disappointed because they did say that it weren't going to rain today, but it's fucking raining. And I did manage to pick up some logs. I'm hoping to have a fire tonight, but I'm not sure whether that's going to happen now. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's what it is, isn't it? What else I've got to report? The Beetle is off the road at the minute. Got something going on underneath. There's a lot of strange noises and grinding going on from the front driver's wheel, so that's just left on the side of the street for now until I get that looked at, but whatever. I have been considering getting rid of it and getting something else, or not having a car at all and just sticking with this. So, although this is juicy and I wouldn't want to use it as an everyday runaround, may save a little bit of money on running a second car, but I don't know yet. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what the future is of the Beetle, to be honest, because I'm having it looked at on Tuesday, so if it's nothing too drastic or too expensive, then we'll get it sorted. If not, I'll reconsider. As for Christmas, I still haven't made a final decision yet. I've got a couple of options open to me now, and they both involve campsites, but I've just got to pick the right one, you know. So as soon as if my holiday gets approved from work, then I shall do a booking. But I'm going to be having Christmas on my own in this van at a campsite with an electric hookup, so I can take a little electric heater with me, and I'm going to get hold of another fridge as well, so I can stock up 2 fridges in here and make sure I've got enough supplies for a good few days. It's not ideal, it's not where I want to be. It's going to be an absolute fucking heartbreaking Christmas, but I'm out of options. I don't have any other real choices. I'm not going to be joining anybody else on their Christmas, but I just can't do it. I think I'll end up going to bits, so this is just going to be what I'm going to do. So it'll be on my own in here at the choice of 2 campsites. So thinking about my future, I'd be more than happy, I think, just living down here. Getting a pitch at this campsite permanently would do me proud. There's enough around this area for me to look at. There's a church, and I've got the services down the road. There's a walk into Baldock. I ain't too far away from work, so this would be the ideal place for me, really. Like I say, it's quiet. It's such a beautiful place. I can't recommend this place enough. For £10 a night, you really can't knock it. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Yeah, as you can see, there's no one else here. I've managed to park relatively near the edge, near the road. I'll show you. That way, it's only a metre or so forwards till I hit the gravel, so I should be alright. It's not too bad where I am anyway. It's not that soft, but I think the further you go in the field, I think it's a bit squashy. Anyway, let me just show you how I set my 4G internet up, because yeah, it's it's a bit of a bodge, but it works. First of all, I will show you that I've treated myself to one of these telescopic ladders, and they're a godsend. They're great. Right, in the van I've got a 4G router, and it's got 2 ports on it for an extension aerial, and I'm not very good at DIY, not really, and I'm a bit dubious about drilling holes into the van. So what I do, I've got some extension leads, they come out the door, up the side of the van, onto the roof, and I've rigged up this dodgy little tripod. Take a look at this. Now I know it's not perfect, it's, you know, I'd like to have a secured aerial up here, but like I say, for now this will have to do. What I've done, it's an old tripod that you put a mobile phone on, and I've secured the aerial to the top, and then on the tripod I've got a piece of stretchable nylon attached to a one of them magnets, you know, that you do magnet fishing with, and that secures it to the roof quite tightly, so even if it does get windy, that ain't going anywhere. Like I say, it's a bit of a bodge, but it does what I need it to do. One day I'll get it sorted out properly, but for now it'll do. Now, just going back to my internet, I've explained to you what I've done with the aerial there. The router is a cheap 4G router that I got off Amazon. Nothing special at all, but it does the job. And the SIM card that I got for it is I've got a SIM card off a company called voxy.co.uk, and I think they're part of Vodafone, and I pay £12 a month for 75 gigabytes, but it does include a couple of other benefits which are quite good actually. So it's got unlimited social media, so none of that comes out of your data usage, and that includes Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest and Facebook Messenger. Not that I use that in the van, so I ain't got to worry about that. It's got unlimited music as well, which is Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Napster, Deezer, and something called Tidal and Primordial Radio, which is free. And it also has unlimited video, which includes YouTube, Netflix, Prime Video, My5 and TikTok. So I think that's pretty good really, considering the majority of my TV and bits and pieces that I watch is YouTube, Netflix or Prime Video. So I don't really use a lot of data. So at the moment I've got 65 gigabytes left out of 75, and it renews itself in 16 days. So I don't think that's bad really for £12 a month. I mean, it's not, I'm not going to lie, it's not perfect, especially here. I often get a signal when it just bums out, especially when it's bad conditions. I have been looking at the Starlink system, the Starlink Mini, but alright, I can afford the outlay of buying the device and whatnot, but I think the monthly plan, I think that's still a bit too rich for my liking, although it is really quick. I mean, I've watched videos, endless videos on it, and people are saying how good it is, and it, you know, if you're working on the road, then absolutely that would be the way forward. But for me, I don't know. At the moment, if it goes down in price, the monthly thing, I think I would switch to that, definitely. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to go with this shitty little 4G thing and just utilise that for now. Right, you'll have to excuse the wind. I've decided to come out for a walk, finish my steps while the rain has held off a bit, but it's getting windy now. And I thought I'd just have a quick waffle about how I'm feeling now, future plans, health, all that sort of stuff. we'll start with the health, I think. I'm still having episodes of what I can only describe as the starts of a panic attack or an anxiety attack. I just get a strange feeling and fear envelops me, and it's like all my veins are on fire in my body, and wherever I am, if I'm indoors, I just need to get out. It's so strange. Describing the symptoms are pretty difficult, but they're the basic ones. It feels like I can feel every vein in my body. Feels like the body's really sensitive, and I get a bit lightheaded, and I want to run from wherever I am, you know, wherever it may be, work or in the van or at Sam's, wherever I am, I need to escape and be outside. Blood pressure is up and down like a fucking yo-yo. The medications they're wearing me out, man. The fatigue that I'm getting from them is awful. But yeah, blood pressure's high in the morning. I pop the pill and then it will drop down, sometimes really fucking low, after I've been at work for some time, especially if I'm doing some right grafting, you know, it drops right down. It's really weird. But then I get the fatigue and a headache. It's quite bizarre. But that's where we are with that. Blood tests come back normal with the potassium levels, so that's a bonus. And I know they're going to monitor it again in a few months, I think. As for future plans and how I'm managing to cope over this past week, I'm going to merge into one. Well, I say it's over a week now, isn't it, since the horrific thing fucking happened. But I have good days and bad days. I know it's still early days. Today, it seems to get me in the mornings. From when well, let me start that again. It gets me at night, right through until I get up in the morning. Once I've got up, got dressed, got to work, and start to do what I've got to do, it becomes not easier, but more manageable. But I can be triggered really easily from a smell, something on TV, something in the van, some memorabilia. I think about future plans, what we were going to do. They get me, you know. And it is difficult. I ain't going to lie. It's really difficult. And yes, I've had my fair share of suicidal thoughts. I'm not going to lie to you about that neither, because I think everyone needs to know, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship for a good few years and you've got plans and that. I think it just hits you, and I don't think you can control it very well. And when you look in the statistics of men and suicide, it's fucking high when it comes to relationship breakdowns and divorce. It's really bloody sad. I can talk about the breakup until I'm blue in the face, and it still probably won't explain how it feels. It's probably the most extreme pain that a person can feel when you're on the receiving end of being dumped, you know. Maybe different, well, it's going to be different if you're the one doing the dumping, but if you've been married and then it comes to an end, and all your future plans, everything you've ever known, all just stripped away from you, it no words can describe it, man. And I totally get why men especially want to end their life. It's awful. Everything just seems empty and pointless, and I don't know, there's just, the spark has gone out of life, you know. It's awful. So what I've done to try my hardest to counteract these feelings is I've got a playlist together now, what I watch on TikTok and YouTube, and some websites saved about things that I can do to try and put this behind me, accept it, move forward. I think that's the most difficult thing. A lot of people trying to sell it as you've got a blank canvas now, you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want. Although if I was saying that to somebody else, I'd say, yeah, fucking go with that, that's it, life is yours now, the world is your oyster. For me, that's not the way I see things, you know. That's not doesn't bring me any joy at all, really, thinking like that. So yeah, it is like drowning in a sea of emotions, and the emotions are all your negative ones, and the ones that get me are the despair and the fear. You know, when I start to think that life is never going to be the same, that's the one that almost pushes me over the top, over the edge. But anyway, I do take advice from these people. I do try and look forward. I do try and think a certain way. Think about what I'm going to do in the future. Even if it's just one thing, like I said earlier, like booking my holiday for next year. That gives me at least one thing in life to look forward to. Like I say, it's nothing extravagant. It's no. Yeah, it's nothing extravagant, but it's something that I wanted to do for some time now, and I am going to do it. I'm not going to be taking the van or the Beetle. I'm treating myself to a hire car and booking into a hotel, so that you know, there's going to be no stress there. It's all going to run smoothly, and it ain't costing too much money, but whatever, you only live once, didn't you? So that's my first plan. The next plan is trying to stay on top of the diet, and I ain't doing too bad. I'm going to start rejigging the things that I wear, because I've always been, because I've been quite big, I've always been a scruffy bastard, you know what I mean? You just, for someone like me, I wear what fucking fits, you know. I don't, that's it, that's as much as I can do. Trainers as well, because I destroyed them because of the way I walk. I was just buying cheapies, but now I think I might start doing things a little bit differently, you know, spending a little bit more money on my appearance, you know, trying to, I know it's like trying to polish a turd with me, but that's the way it is. Next thing, my teeth. Obviously I've got some front teeth missing. I've had the telephone consultation with the hospital now, and I'm just waiting for an appointment to go into London to get my fronts sorted out. They're never going to be perfect, they're not, they're just not, but because I've got some complicated things happening in my mouth, a normal dentist can't do it. So that's now in hand, and the good thing is it ain't costing me anything, so yeah, bonus there. So yeah, holiday, teeth, new set of clothes, and hopefully a new mindset. When it comes to dating again, what I want a companion more than a romantic relationship, you know, a companion, someone that I can enjoy going on holiday, going out for dinner, going to the cinema, doing this, you know, out in the van, coming for a walk. A companion that hopefully hasn't got too many fucking ties wrapped around her, and you've only got a certain amount of time, you know what I mean? Someone who's a bit more free instead of carrying a lot of baggage, you know. I know it sounds selfish, but believe me, when you're sharing yourself, it's a pain in the arse, man. It is. You want as much free time together as you can. But I know in this day and age, a lot of people have got their own responsibilities. But anyway, yeah, companion. That's what I want. Yeah, I think falling in love again, I mean, at this early stage, I definitely have no interest in that whatsoever, because I'm too afraid of losing it again, and I just don't think it's worth it. Although being in love is fantastic, makes you feel awesome and wanted, and oh, it's just such a beautiful feeling. I think when you fucking lose it, it's just not worth it. At the minute, that's my opinion. Whether that be right or not, I don't know, but at the minute, no, I don't want no love. So there we are, that's how things are. Like I say, don't get me wrong, I don't want any, I'm not looking for love or romance, just a companion, a friend, you know, someone new that I can spend a bit of time with and just start enjoying the fruits of life again, you know. But yeah, other than that, that's where I am right now. I'm going to do my damnedest to enjoy this weekend, although I'm a bit pissed at the weather because I wanted a fire tonight and there wasn't meant to be any rain at all, and I've got these nice kiln dried logs ready to get going tonight, but now it's not looking promising at all. But hey ho, they will keep for another day.